This is the employee records portal screen. Now this screen is used to schedule employees and to track their hours. This is a nice little tool to have added to your system where you can keep your employee organized, and this can also be expanded later if you want to make a time ticket system out of it as a custom item. What this screen is right here is you add each individual employee and whatever their task is and their labor rate to it. Now the labor rate is used from this screen for the labor billing. When you do billing, if you have anything where you're actually billing labor for it, for example, like in the services, if you go over to do a service, this employee could be a service tech, for example, and you put his hourly rate in here, and that would be his unloaded rate, meaning not all of his other uh, charges and stuff that are involved with overhead, as far as medical and dental, if you apply those in your business. The way this is added, you skip the first frame here, and what you do is you click in and you put a date in for the work date. You put the work time, the stop time, and the hours, work hours, and the work assignment. And this is basically a scheduling tool where you're scheduling the employees to your company, and maybe they don't work every day or they do, but this is a way of tracking the hours in which they say they are working or they are assigned. Now, if you have temporary workers, this is an excellent tool to keep your time and work hours for your individual temporary employees where they're only working a couple of days a week. This also includes a employee list schedule, which lists all the scheduled employees and where they're working and what days they're working. For example, I have one here in the service department in the portal, on the portal record that you click at the end of the row that shows where he's working, on what date, and the hours that he works on that date and where he's working in that department. You can use this in a find if you wanted to go find a particular employee over a time period like we did in the prior screens, where you can put in like a week to see the summary amount of hours that this individual worked. So that gives you that kind of information where you can see those hours and over what period of time they've actually worked. Going back to the schedule and then back to the record, if you go to the end of the record, you also can do finds not in the portal, but up at the top if you want to group by record. So for example, if you did Ted Emerson and you did a find for Ted Emerson and then went to the listing, only Ted Emerson would show up as far as listings are concerned. If you want to go between individual records, you can use the next record buttons and the previous buttons to cycle through the different records. This is the employee records screen.